me, Carl. Welcome to JKTV. Hello, Journey Kids. It's awesome to see you. Did you do something to your hair? It looks good. I really like it. It's like a cool 70s astronaut vibe, if that makes sense. Anywho, I'm here at home today getting ready for something very, very exciting. I have the whole day in front of me. I can do whatever I want. Just imagine it. I could go skydiving. Or I could go to a football game. Or maybe I could go to the opera. Or I could go to the ocean. The world is our oyster. Or if you're allergic to shellfish, then the whole world can be your mac and cheese. I'm telling you, today is the perfect day. Nothing, I mean nothing, could go wrong. Oh goodness, I'm sorry, I thought I turned it off. No, this can't be happening. I can't believe it. Y'all, my day is ruined. I just got word that it's snow flea season. Y'all don't know what snow fleas are? Okay, well you're lucky. Snow fleas are these tiny insects that actually live in the snow. You can actually see them jumping around out there. And if that isn't bad enough, I'm allergic to them. This is awful. I wonder how long they will be outside. Let me see. Are you kidding? It says snow fleas will be out there for up to 4 weeks or more. Oh no, I'm stuck in my house for 4 weeks. This is awful. What am I gonna do? Man, what to do? I guess I could lay down on my bed and contemplate every single decision I've ever made until I fall into some kind of deep hibernation and sleep for like 4 weeks. Or I could just read. Maybe. Reading it is. Aha! Old Faithful! My big old Bible. All right, let's open it up. But first I'm going to ask God to really help me dive into this book. Whoa! Where am I? What is this? What happened?
Hi, Carl.
Who are you? What do you want? Please don't hurt me, you mysterious woman!
Easy, Carl. Relax. I'm Grace.
I only know one Grace, and it's the one that Jesus offers. That's it. Why are you here? How do you know my name? Where am I?
Well, to answer your first question, I'm here because you're here.
Huh?
Well, you asked God to help you dive into your reading, so that's exactly what happened. You dove into the Bible story. We are where the story takes place. I know first-time story divers tend to get a little disoriented, so I'm here to help.
Wait. Are you saying we are back in time to where the actual Bible story happened?
Sort of. Somewhere between a dream and a reality. Like a fantasy world. This is where you can learn some of the greatest stories in the Bible and truly experience it like no other story before.
Wow, that's incredible! So, where am I?
Let me take a look. Well, if I'm reading this right, I believe you are in the book of Luke, chapter 4.
What happens then?
Let me see. Oh yeah, this is the story when Jesus was tempted in the wilderness.
No way! I love that story!
Really? Me too. It's a great story.
Well, walk me through it anyway.
All right. For that, you need to start walking. This story took place right before Jesus began his ministry. He was probably around 30 years old.
Wow! So what was Jesus doing in the wilderness? Seems like he probably had a busy schedule.
Oh, for sure. You wouldn't believe how much he would be doing the next 3 years of his life, but he felt it was very important to take some time and space by himself.
How long was Jesus out there again?
Would you believe me if I said 40 days?
What? 40 days? That's wild. I've only been here for a few minutes and I'm not sure I like it here. Did Jesus have to hunt for food while he was out there? Or did he pack like a couple PB&Js?
Well, if being out in the wilderness wasn't tough enough already, Jesus decided to fast from food the whole time he was out there.
Oh, so like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. Do they deliver out here? I'm getting hungry.
No,
Do you want anything?
Carl, not fast food. Jesus fasted from food. As in, he chose not to eat while he was out there in the wilderness.
Are you kidding me? No food? I can't go 10 minutes without food.
Oh, I know, Carl. Here, we have a candy bar.
Wow! So Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness without any food? That's quite the accomplishment.
Oh, but you don't remember? That's not all. While Jesus was out in the wilderness, he was faced with some really tough challenges.
Something even more challenging than not eating for 40 days and sleeping outside?
I know it seems unlikely, but yes. You see, Jesus was tempted several times during the story.
Wait, Jesus was tempted? Just like how we are tempted? Like the times when we get the urge to do something we know we shouldn't really do?
Exactly. Jesus was tempted to turn a rock into bread so he could finally have something to eat. But he chose not to because fasting was very important to Jesus.
Wow! First off, rock into bread? If I was tempted like that, I don't know if I could have been strong enough to say no.
Jesus said to the devil in Luke 4:4 that people should not live on bread alone.
Oof, yeah, that's a lot of carbs.
No, Jesus meant that obeying God was the most important thing. So Jesus stayed focused on God instead of giving in to what the devil had told him to do. But right after that, it says that Jesus was tempted again.
How?
He was brought up so he could see the kingdoms and the world, and was told that all of it would be given to him, and he would be in charge of all the people in those kingdoms. All he had to do was just say the word.
What did he do?
He said this, "It is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only."
Wow, being out here, I can almost imagine how tough it must have been for Jesus to turn down the glory that he was being offered so that he could stop suffering and just have it easy. Was that it?
Not yet. The devil tempted him one last time by telling Jesus to jump off the highest point of the temple.
What? Why?
The devil was testing him because if Jesus really was the Son of God, of course God wouldn't let Jesus get hurt. God would probably send the angels to rescue him.
Oh, so then Jesus should have done it just to prove he really was God's son.
No, Jesus didn't fall for the devil's tricks. Jesus knew the devil was trying to twist God's words and trying to make Jesus doubt God's power and love. So Jesus said, "Do not put the Lord your God to the test."
Wait a second, I'm noticing a pattern. Wasn't everything Jesus said directly from the Old Testament?
Yep. You see, God gave the scriptures for many reasons, but one of them is to do exactly what Jesus used it for.
And what was that?
To fight temptation. God knows we will face many challenges in this world, but God also knows that we can use the Bible to fight off anything that comes our way.
Even hunger, anger, bad thoughts, sadness?
Yes, all of those. All we have to do is read God's story.
All right, Journey kids, wasn't that an exciting story? A real page turner. You know what? The Bible never ceases to amaze me. And we heard about Jesus fighting temptation and overcoming it. And I bet it's really cool to hear that God can prepare us to fight temptation too. So here's today's big idea. God prepares us to fight temptation. All right, are you going to say that with me? Make sure you're standing up so you can get some action into it, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. God prepares us to fight temptation. Show me your boxing moves. You're going to fight temptation. All right, let's try it one more time. God prepares us to fight temptation. Good job, everyone.
Hey Ned, you want to hear some food jokes?
Sure.
Why did the rhubarb go out with a prune?
Why?
Because you couldn't find a date.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ugh. This is disgusting. This coffee tastes like mud.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. It was ground a few minutes ago.
Not that long ago, in a house not that far away, Callie's mom was in the kitchen baking delicious cookies. Callie was in her room practicing her epic air guitar skills when the smell entered her nose. Callie floated down the hallway, drawn to the smell like a magnet. She had to have one of those cookies. Callie peeked into the kitchen just in time for her mom to place the delicious cookies unprotected on the counter. Callie slowly approached. Just when she was about to grab the most perfect cookie of the batch, she saw it. It was a note left there by her mom. It read, "Hands off, for our neighbors. Do not eat. That means you, Callie. I love you." Callie couldn't believe it. Delicious cookies, and she couldn't even have one. What would Callie do? Back in her room, Callie thought about what to do. She could act like she didn't see the note and chow down. Is that what she should do, friends?
No!
Callie could have just one cookie and hope that her mom wouldn't notice. Is that what she should do, friends?
No!
Or Callie could do the hardest, most impossible, most death-defying thing of all. She could obey the note and not eat a cookie. But how? Maybe our Bible story will help Callie to resist the great cookie temptation.
By the way, friends, temptation is something you want to do really, really bad, but you know you shouldn't. I'm gonna join you guys for our Bible story today. Let's go!
It's time for today's Bible story. It comes from the book of Luke, chapter 4. Jesus was about to begin a very big adventure.
Ooh! What big adventure? Here I am, friends!
Well, Jesus was the Son of God, and he was going to show everyone what God was really like.
Whoa! That is big!
But before Jesus could begin this big adventure, he had to go into the wilderness to fight temptation. Temptation means really wanting to do something that you know you shouldn't do.
Wait, but why do we fight temptation?
We fight temptation because sometimes the thing that tempts us isn't good for us, or God has something better. Fighting temptation proves that we trust God with everything we need.
Okay, got it. But who was tempting Jesus?
The Bible tells us that the devil tempted Jesus. He is the bad guy in this story. And the first temptation that he gave Jesus was trying to get him to turn stones into bread.
Why would Jesus want to turn stones into bread?
Because Jesus was really hungry. He was in the wilderness with no food, and he hadn't eaten in a really long time. But Jesus knew that following God was more important right now. So, instead of making bread out of stones, Jesus said, "No!" And that's how Jesus fought temptation number 1, and won. Jesus fought 2 more temptations that were just as hard to fight.
What were they?
One was the temptation of Jesus getting lots of power if he listened to the devil instead of God. And the other was to the devil trying to get Jesus to test God's protection. But to both temptations, Jesus remembered God, and he said, "No!" When Jesus came out of the wilderness, he was ready for his big adventure, and he knew that if he faced more temptation, he would be ready, because God prepares us to fight temptation.
Hey friends, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I couldn't fight the temptation to eat a cookie. Nope, I did. How? Well, I read the note from my mom again, especially the end when she said she loves me. That helped me remember that my mom wouldn't stop me from eating those cookies, one of my all-time favorite things, unless she had something better in mind. And boy, I was right! The cookies that my mom made for my neighbor had peanuts in them, and I am allergic to peanuts. That means they make me sick. See, my mom knew what was best for me, just like God knows what's best for us. And because I fought the temptation to eat one, my mom made me Callie's chocolatey chip explosion cookies. Peanut-free and the best best cookies in the galaxy. That reminds me of how Jesus fought temptation in our Bible story. Jesus knew how much God loved him and would take care of him, just like my mom does for me. No matter how hard it is to fight temptation, and no matter how bad we want to do something we know we shouldn't, God has something better in mind. God loves us, and God is all we need, showing us that every day is how God prepares us to fight temptation. Thanks for learning and growing with me, friends. Bye!
Want to hear some outer space jokes?
Yeah, sure.
Where do you find black holes?
Where, in outer space?
In black socks.
Oh, good one. Which weighs more, a full moon or a half moon?
I think I gotta go with the full moon.
No, it's the half moon, because a full moon is much lighter.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Hey Journey kids, let's learn this month's memory verse together, and you can learn it with Daniel and I.
Yeah, so why don't you stand up and do the action?
But the Lord is faithful,
But the Lord is faithful.
and he will strengthen you.
And he will strengthen you.
Yeah, strong muscles. And protect you from the evil one.
And protect you from the evil one.
All right, good job, everyone. Keep practicing at home.
Yeah.
High five. Well, Journey kids, we've had a pretty exciting week, and I'm really interested to see what story Carl dives into next week as well. So it's comforting to know that God helps us when we're tempted, because you know what? I've been tempted lately, and I'm sure you get tempted too. It's really normal to be tempted, but God prepares us and helps us to fight temptation. So count on God this week. Okay, friends, so we'll see you next week.
Now are we good?
Do that.
Here. Luckily I have human hands too. Alright.
Aha! Old Faithful! My big old Bible! Alright, let's open it up! But first I'm gonna ask God to really help me dive into this book.
Oh, I know, Carl. Here, we haven't, sorry. And trying to make, sorry.
Whoa!
What's my line?
Wait, I'm noticing a problem. Wasn't everything Jesus said directly from the Old Testament?
Oh, a pattern, sorry.
Yeah, it's recording.
You're supposed to laugh. Black.
Okay.
Ah, it's lighter, as in brightness and weight.
Yeah.
things that are laugh.
Well, that too. But don't be like, "Bleh, bleh, this coffee's disgusting."
All right, Journey kids, let's learn this month's memory verse together. And Daniel and I are going to help us. No, sorry.
Faith. I forgot that. Faithful.
So,
faithful.
oh yeah, we were going to go this way. Sorry.
But the Lord,
is
faith.
But the Lord, am I doing that in the right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to go this way.
Uh,
I'll just start
yeah.
from there. And you know what? I'm going to hold on to this promise because I've been tempted lately. And so count on God this week, and we're going to have a good time. No.